This is the Fit Femmes movement. Have you felt overwhelmed with your fitness journey and feel like you just want to give up? Are you a busy female professional or entrepreneur looking for weight loss and self-care solutions that you can squeeze into your hectic schedule? Then you're in the right place. Let's get inspired to make fitness and healthy living improve rather than consume your life. Together, we'll take major strides towards a happier, healthier, even wealthier you. I'm Julia Hickman, your host and coach.
Okay, hello everyone. Julia here with another Facebook Live series. I'm so excited to be talking to my guests today. For those of you who are watching me for the first time, I'm the founder of the Fashionista online studio, where I work with busy career women and entrepreneurs, and I help them make fitness improve rather than consume their lives. I'm also the creator of the Fit Femmes movement podcast. This episode will be on there very soon. And the creator of the free Facebook community, the Fit Femmes Tribe. So today I have the lovely Sophia Ha with me. She's a certified face yoga coach and wellness advisor. And she's going to be teaching us how to have a more youthful and beautiful appearance without Botox, without interventions or, chemicals or anything like that. And I connected with Sophia a few months ago and I loved her energy. Sophia, I have been doing the cheek sculpting move that I learned from you. I love that one. That's like my favorite.
Favorites too. Yeah.
But I feel like after the past year plus that we've all had, it's so important to just have like that one self-care, those couple of self-care things that you do for yourself that make you look good, feel good, and that doesn't take up a lot of time, because I'm all about doing things that don't take up a lot of time, like exercise that doesn't take up a lot of time. And face yoga is something that you could totally squeeze into your busy routine. Like I said, without having to have Botox appointments and all that. And even if you do those things, this can be something that just enhances. And I'll let Sophia talk more about that.
Yeah.
So Sophia, introduce yourself. Tell us about what you're doing, how you got into it. Tell us more about face yoga also, because a lot of people watching or listening might not know what face yoga is. Like, how do I downward dog my face? So tell us more.
So in short, face yoga is a form of facial exercise. Just like we have muscles in the body, we have muscles in the face. We have more than 43 muscles in the face, and some of them are being used habitually all the time. Those are the ones that are in charge of creating those lovely furrows between the brows, the lines across the forehead, the crow's feet. Those are all examples of muscles that we use habitually, and they show up in expression lines. And then there are other muscles that tend to lay lazy. So specifically as we age, and you might start noticing this even in your late 20s, 30s, 40s. You definitely are seeing it generally in the 40s. You'll notice, for example, the cheeks begin to drop. You might notice sort of less of those cherries, and you might notice more nasolabial folds, or smile lines, as we sometimes call them. The dreaded double chin area and jowls. This is a major complaint. These are all examples of muscles. So the cheeks, the neck muscles that tend to go underused, right? It's not very often that we sit at the computer like this all day using the cheek muscles, right? So what face yoga does is we're combining both releasing and resistance exercises. Releasing exercises for the muscles that are being habitually used, helping to smooth out the wrinkles, fine lines. And then resistance exercises, just your fitness trainer. So just like you would take your body to the gym, right, to build up muscle. And you'll notice that as you build up that muscle, the skin around it tightens and lifts. Same thing with the muscles of the face. Okay. So face yoga has been coined the natural facelift because it does just that. But there's also so many therapeutic benefits as well, right? So for those of you that are experiencing, for example, jaw tension, migraines, headaches, you're clenching your jaw all the time, face yoga is also very therapeutic in that it can really help to relieve some of that pain and those symptoms. And also, just like what you were saying, Julia, like about the self-care, this is a fantastic form of self-care that's super empowering, right? Because I think particularly as women, I'm assuming that the majority of people that follow you are women. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So particularly, I think as women, there's such fear around aging. I'm actually going to be doing a live around this later on today. But because of this fear around aging, there's a sensation that we have, there's almost like a hopelessness, like, oh my goodness, I'm going to age. I'm not going to be attractive anymore. I'm not going to be visible anymore. And that's a really sad and unhealthy relationship to have with the way that we look and the way that we're aging. So for me, yes, face yoga gives you the natural facelift. It's phenomenal. The exercises, we'll get into some of them today. They're incredible. But also, face yoga is about having a healthy lifestyle, right? Because all of these things are part and parcel. It's just like any other yogic practice, right? So for example, making sure that you're getting enough sleep, that your nutrition is on point, and then using these exercises to also accelerate the self-care practice that you already have. So that in a nutshell is what face yoga is. I can show you a couple pictures. I see, does it look like I'm on the side here where whenever I see myself in the mirror, it looks like you're slightly slanted. Does that look
fine.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, excellent. So what I'll do is actually, can I share my screen here or can't I?
Let me see. I don't know if you can. I know I can do it from my end, but I don't know if with StreamYard you're able to do it on your end. You would probably see a button somewhere.
All right. What I'll do is maybe I can show some physical pictures instead of doing it as a screen share. What do you think? Okay, give me half a second because I was originally prepared for sharing a screen. Give me 1 second here.
Sure.
Before and afters. It'll just take me a second.
No worries.
Kind of funny thing to do on a live, right? But hey, why not, right? I feel like everybody's getting used to me.
It's all real, This is
this is life, right? And of course, I have got my wet hair to prove for that. They're doing renovations in my apartment, and not in my apartment, in the building that I'm in. And I don't know what happened, something to do with the pipes today. And anyways, the water got shut off unannounced. Oh. And it was very last minute. It's been a crazy morning, so sorry about that. All right, so I'm just going to show you. Oh, it's hard to do in the screen. Here we go. Okay, so this is an example. Can you see it over here? Okay.
I can see it, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is an example of what it looks like to practice face yoga over 4 months. So just like any form of exercise, it does take consistency. It's not an overnight fix, right? So over here, I'm trying to get the hang of this, okay? You can see that Ragnar's main concern was the double chin right in this area.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh boy, this is hard to do on camera. I mean, doing it in the opposite way. Here we go.
You're doing great though. Yeah, we can see. I can see.
Okay, good. So this is about 4 months later, okay? So you can just see how much the double chin has really, really, really diminished. It's nearly impossible for me to point at the same time, but I'm hoping you can see that. All right, I'll just show you one more picture because it's a little too complicated to do it like this. So this is after a year of practicing face yoga. Okay.
She looks like so much like years younger.
Oh, yeah. So her main concern was across the forehead, between the eyebrows. You can see a lot of that tension around the mouth area. The middle picture is 6 months later. Okay. And then this last picture is a year later. Okay. So hence it being coined the natural facelift. And the thing is I love that people are choosing face yoga as a natural alternative to cosmetic procedures, to Botox and fillers. You can still practice face yoga if you've done those things, right? And I'm not here to judge anybody for what they've done, right? I chose to go specifically the natural way because that's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
I love holistic care. But with face yoga, I like to remind people, yes, the facial exercise is an incredible part, but it's also about really caring for yourself, taking a moment to look at yourself, slow down, right? So much of the time, we're so hard on ourselves about the way we look, criticizing every single line. Instead of understanding, where does this line actually originate? What are my facial patterns and expressions throughout the day that I'm doing mostly unconsciously, right? Am I furrowing my brows like for 8 hours a day? Or am I clenching my jaw? Am I lifting my brows? What are the habitual expressions throughout the day that I'm doing? And the more I become aware of those expressions and those facial postures, we can really begin to retrain the facial muscles.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So we can certainly do some exercises. Let me ask you this. What is your main demographic? what is the age group of your main demographic?
Yeah, so I would say women in their mid 30s to 50s.
Okay, so about the same as mine. Generally, women of our age group, so I'm 35. I'm assuming you're in your 30s as well. Yeah.
37, yep.
37, yeah. So most women in our age group, okay?
Yeah.
20s, you don't generally see that much of a drop. Generally, 20s, people see like little lines come across. Like, okay, maybe you're starting to see some expression lines from raising the forehead. That's how I actually found face yoga. Okay, actually, let me back that up for a second. So,
yes, tell us your story of how you got into it.
Yeah. So I was 28 when I found face yoga. I'm 35 now. I was living in Indonesia at the time. I was on an eat, pray, love journey. I was traveling for a year and a half, the knapsack totally solo. And the truth is that the reason I was on this trip in the first place was I was really having a difficult time. I was having a really difficult time. My mental health was kind of going down. I had just come out of a terrible relationship, and I couldn't stand the sight of myself. I really, really, really couldn't. Now, if you go back in my history, my personal past, way back into childhood, I went through quite a bit of trauma. So I went through foster care. I don't need to get into those details right now. But the reason I'm telling you this specific part, and I think it's important for people to hear, is that my idea and my perception of myself was really skewed. I didn't think I was lovable. I didn't think I was attractive. I was constantly criticizing myself. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps as I say it. I didn't know anybody that experienced self-hatred the way that I did. I couldn't stand the look of myself. Every time I would see myself or catch myself in reflection, I would try and look away. And so when I went to travel for about a year and a half, starting out in Indonesia, originally the trip was about really connecting with myself and starting to learn how to love myself and starting to undo some of the stories. So in this process, I was about 4 or 5 months into this internal self-care process, right? I was still having a difficult time looking at myself though. And I had fixated on this one wrinkle across my forehead. Again, I'm like 28 years old, right? Like you should not be obsessing over something as silly as a wrinkle. I was already getting this tremendous fear of aging. Like I remember feeling immense anxiety about it. So of course, like every other person, I started Googling, ways to get rid of wrinkles. I went natural ways because I knew about Botox and fillers. And of course I was in Southeast Asia. So had I really wanted to go down that route, I would have had a gorgeous, very high-end med spa that would have taken care of me. So long story short, I found face yoga. My background's in journalism, so I was super skeptical. I was like, what is this? Face yoga, come on. But then I started looking into it a little bit more and understanding, okay, hold on a second. We've got muscles in the body. We've got muscles in the face. If people can resculpt their bodies at any age, why would we not be able to do the same in the face? So I was like, okay, this kind of makes sense, but let's just give it a go. Within 4 weeks, the line had completely disappeared. I was hooked. And then 2 years later, I decided to become a certified face yoga coach because I just wanted to share this incredible magic with people. Because again, it's about feeling and looking good, but it's also about that sensation of being empowered, right? Yes. Of like, holy, I actually have some influence in the way that I age, right? I was talking with a woman earlier today who I'm doing actually an interview with today, later on, and she is almost 60, and she was telling me about her fear about becoming obese when she hit 50 because that's what she'd seen her mom do, and this was sort of in the family. So she made it her goal that by 50, she was going to be still feeling good and doing everything she could to take care of herself. And you should see this woman. I mean, she's stunning, absolutely stunning, that. Right? And she's also put the work in to actually take care of yourself. Like self-care is not always an easy thing, right? But we can simplify it as much as possible. And no matter what, even though sometimes it takes a little extra effort to make sure we get it in the day, there is no greater investment than that. Like, I keep thinking to myself, like self-care is like money in the bank, right? Like you just keep like a bank account that doesn't do anything except for build interest. If there was one like that, right? Just putting it in and things just keep getting better because you're really investing in yourself. All right. So now that I've said that, I think I covered that reasonably well, right?
Perfectly.
Okay, so should we get into some exercises?
Yes, let's do some exercises.
Okay, so generally speaking, people's main concerns as we age are the wrinkles, Okay, but particularly between the eyebrows, people have been really concerned about this year because everybody's been so stressed, right? We see them across the forehead, and then again, we see often the face begins to drop, okay, or change form. You'll notice as people age, the face begins to get longer, right, and flatter.
Yeah.
So we really want to focus on the cheek area in the midsection of the face, lifting up the cheeks. Often we want to see that double chin or jowls, just the neck and jaw area tightened up a bit. We want to smooth out the face. So first exercise that we'll start with is just a simple exercise. It's some acupressure for the forehead area, okay? So what we'll do is we'll use the knuckles. Now, the purpose of this exercise is to help with stimulating blood circulation to the forehead, so it'll help with the wrinkles, the expression lines that come across the forehead, okay? Also, it'll help a little bit with these guys right between the brows.
Those 11s, yeah.
Those 11, yeah. So what we'll do is we're gonna use our knuckles, okay, making sure that you use the actual pointy part, okay, as opposed to the flats. We'll start right in the center space of the forehead, okay? So beautiful. And relax your shoulders just a bit. If you're sitting down and watching this, bring your bum to the edge of the seat, hip width apart, have your feet planted on the ground firmly, okay? Or you can stand up. That might maybe help with your posture. So take a moment, take a breath in here.
Stand up.
Yeah, beautiful. I like to stand up because we always want to make sure that our alignment, okay, what we practice is as good as possible. Good. So take a moment here, take a breath in. Apply pressure through those knuckles, about 30%, and then exhale and draw all the way out to your temples. Beautiful. So we'll do that 5 times. So if 100% is all of your pressure and 0% is nothing, I want you about 30-40%, okay? If you feel nothing, you can add a little more pressure. If you feel too much intensely, take about 10% off. All right, so let's try it 5 times. So breathing in at that center space. Exhale, roll out over any little spots of tension. We'll stop right at the temples. Okay, we'll do that a few more times. So always inhaling at that center space and exhaling as you draw out. You can just allow your body to follow the natural rhythm of your breath. So if you go a little faster or a little slower than me, that's okay. And again, noticing if you feel little spots or you feel little bits of discomfort, that's completely normal. We have tension throughout the forehead, just like we've got tension throughout the body. Take a breath in here. Exhale. They almost might feel like little bumps across the forehead, kind of like get knots in the shoulder. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in here, and if you can close your eyes on this last one, just really focusing on that sensation. Exhale as you draw all the way out. Good. Drop your hands. Take a moment. Take a breath here, and just notice if you can feel a little sensation of stimulation throughout the forehead. Might just feel a little warm or a little tingling. How does it feel for you, Julia?
It's warm for me, yeah.
Excellent. Beautiful. I can see that blood circulation is being stimulated, a little pink up here. Okay, beautiful work. The next exercise that we'll do is we're going to do one for the cheek area, okay? So this is a really fun one. What you're going to do is it's going to look really funny. That's the best thing about face yoga. You make funny faces to feel and look fantastic, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to wrap my bottom lip around my bottom teeth like this, okay? From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the corners of the lips as high as I can. And I'm going to open up my eyes as wide as I can. So see how you're kind of opening up your mouth a little bit big? Okay. Just think about smiling and wrapping the bottom lip around your teeth. Yeah. Beautiful. Open up the eyes wide. And now lift the corners of the lips. Hold here. Stand in good alignment if you can. Hold here. Good. Keep lifting. We're going to keep breathing. Keep lifting the corners of the lips. Imagine like you're pulling them all the way to the ear. Keep breathing. For 5, 4, open up the eyes wide. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Yes. Were you able to feel those cheeks engaged?
I totally can.
So let's do it again. This time around, and you've got really good control over the eyebrows, by the way. Most people, when I say open up your eyes, they tend to lift the brows. So for those of you that are watching, if you're noticing that you're lifting up your brows, try and control your brows as Julie and I are doing, okay? So when I say open up the eyes wide, you can look a little like, woo!
Bug-eyed. That's what I told myself, like, bug eyes.
Exactly. Because when we open up the eyes, okay, it also helps to engage the cheek muscles more because they're connected, right? The muscles connect from the corner of the eye down to the corner of the lip.
Oh,
okay, so it comes down like this. Yeah. So you'll notice when you open up the eyes, you'll feel more engagement. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's try it again. Wrap your bottom lip over your bottom teeth very casually. Okay, let me see your front teeth. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. From here, okay. So as long as your bottom lip are wrapped around the bottom teeth, you're in good condition. You don't have to worry about opening the mouth. So can you close the mouth a little bit? A little less space. And now lift the corners of the lips. Good. Open up the eyes wide. Hold here. Good. Breathe. Keep holding. Keep breathing. Keep the eyes open wide. Keep lifting the corners of the lips. For 5, 4, 3. Feel it. 2. Keep lifting. 1. And relax. Beautiful. How was that for you?
Good. Yeah.
I love this
Feel
one.
that.
So for those of you that don't have jaw tension, to stimulate a little additional resistance, you can ever so slightly extend the jaw about 0.5 millimeter. So like this. So you wrap your bottom lip around your teeth. And then I'm just going to show you from the side. Extend it about 0.5 millimeter. Very subtle. Same thing. Okay. Open up the eyes wide. Lift the corners of the lips. Hold. Breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Yeah. Were you able to feel that activation a little bit more when you slightly extend the jaw?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So these little subtle things take a moment to feel, right? Especially when it comes to the facial muscles. So if you're watching this and you do have jaw tension, do not try that little addition, okay? Because we want to be very careful of the jaw on this. All right. Last but not least, what we're going to do is we're going to do a swan neck. Super simple. So this really works into the neck and jaw area. All you're going to do is you're going to purse your lips as if you're giving a kiss. So let me just see that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look up towards the ceiling. So notice that I'm not going to throw my head back. That's too far. I'm just going to ever so slightly lift my chin towards the ceiling until I feel a slight stretch in the front of the neck. Then we're going to kiss up as if we're kissing the ceiling. Be careful of not throwing your head back. Okay, so let's try that together. So lift the chin towards the ceiling. Okay, just so you feel a slight stretch in the front of the neck. As soon as you felt a slight stretch, pucker your lips and kiss the ceiling. And we're going to hold here for 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Feel it right underneath the chin. You might feel it through the front of the neck. Keep breathing. Push those lips out towards the ceiling. We're going to hold here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back to center. Beautiful. Were you able to feel that activation right underneath here?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So this exercise you can hold for about 10 seconds. Okay. And you can repeat it 3 times. But because of the time that we have today, we'll do both sides. And then I know we've got to close it out. So very carefully, I'm going to turn my head. So this is going to work now the sides here. Okay. Right where the jowls are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully turn my head to the right. Subtly, almost as if somebody just called my name. And then you're just going to tilt up about 45 degrees. Very slight. Beautiful. And now pucker those lips out and up. As if you were kissing, where the wall and the ceiling interconnect. Right in the corner. Feel the stretch. Yes. Through the side of the neck. You might even feel it into that side of the jaw. Hold here. Keep breathing here. Relax the forehead. Keep breathing. Keep pushing those lips out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center carefully and slowly. Very good. Let's do the opposite side. So same thing. Subtly turn in the opposite direction. Lift that chin up about 45 degrees. Beautiful. And now pucker those lips out as if you're kissing someone very far away. Hold here. Really push those lips out. Relax the forehead. Keep pushing the lips out and feel the focus right along the neck, the side of the neck, along the jawline. Keep breathing here. Keep pushing those lips out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back to center. Beautiful. How did that feel for you?
It felt good, but it was like I had to be really mindful about not like wrinkling up my forehead.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why we do workshops and one-on-one coaching, right? So that I can really watch people and make those little corrections, because retraining the facial muscles, we've never thought about it before until now.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's been around for ages, but it hasn't really started catching until the last couple of years, the last few years, really, particularly in the Western world. So we always think about the body, how the body works. You know very well about isolating certain muscles, right? While keeping others sort of relaxed. So when it comes to the facial muscles, it takes a little bit of time to retrain them, right? But you absolutely can, and you did beautifully.
Love it. Sophia, thank you so much for this.
My pleasure.
Tell us how we can connect with you. Tell us, ways to work with you. Share all the goodies.
You can find me, my website's Face Yoga Renew, RENEW.com. And I do workshops as well as one-on-one coaching. So my next workshop is the Lift and Sculpt workshop. So if you go on my website, you'll find it right under workshops and events. My Instagram and my Facebook they're both Face Yoga Renew. Okay. Again, RENEW. And so I do one-on-one coaching, which is specifically customized coaching for the individual. So I create a customized routine specifically for your face, because we've all got different faces, different tension in different spots, whole different patterns and different asymmetries. So that's what I do. I do that every single day. That's my daily job. And then I do workshops generally about once a month. Sometimes I do collaborative, so every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks, and they're often themed workshops. So this month, May 30th, we're doing Lift and Sculpt, which I'm super excited about, which really hones in on the cheeks, the neck and jaw area, just giving the entire face a level of lift. Same thing with the eyebrows. And then I do many other workshops that if you subscribe to my website, you'll get email updates about them. I do, glow up workshops. I do tension releasing workshops. And then, of course, workshops that gear to specific areas like eyes, cheeks, neck and jaw, etc. So, so the most recent, or the workshop that's coming up very soon is Lift and Sculpt workshop. And again, that's May 30th. We're going to go live at 11 a.m. And again, you can find all the information there in the workshop and events portion of my website.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you so much for being my guest today.
My pleasure,
Julia. If you want to connect with her, make sure you connect with her on Instagram, her website. This is just such a great modality to add to your already existing wellness routine. I highly recommend it. So thank you, Sophia, again. And thank you guys for watching and listening. If you are listening to the podcast and you actually want to see what we did there towards the end to see those exercises, make sure you find my Facebook page, and you'll see the video there of Sophia demonstrating, and also me trying out these exercises that we talked about. So everybody have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Julia. Have a beautiful day.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Fit Femmes movement. I would love to hear your thoughts on the podcast, so please leave us a review. And sharing is caring. If you know someone who may benefit from this episode, please share it with them. We need more women up-leveling to their highest selves with grace, courage, and ease. If you'd like to connect with me more and have access to free live trainings and join a community of hundreds of other amazing women, then join my free Facebook group, the Fit Femmes Tribe.